Pond. Good Monday morning to all them Duck Pond fans out there. Quack, quack. Duck Pond Film Sports. The Pond coming at you live with a 4-game recap. Let's get right into it. First off, we're going to start off with Veterans Memorial versus Johnson Buddha. Not San Antonio Johnson, but Johnson and Buddha. Score was 57-53. A lot of crowd interactions, a lot of crowd shots there. The gym was pumping like a heel at the club on Friday night. It was ramming and rocking in that thing. Scores from both sides. It was a tight game into the third quarter. That's when Veterans Memorial made their move to extend the game a little bit, but Johnson Buddha came biting back. Like a shark that bites you when you ain't supposed to be in the water in the deep, or waiting in that water when you're not supposed to, baby. Johnson ended up losing the game, Johnson Buddha, 53 to Veterans Memorial's 57. Hot takes and takes from that game. It was, like I said, it was a defensive game for the first two quarters. But in the third quarter, Veterans Memorial got hot, and Johnson could just not come back after that pressure mounted. Let's take it straight into the next game. The lead scores of that, we had J.J. Thompson, number 5, with 17 points. And number 35, Darren McLeod, with 12 points, 5 rebounds. Those are some star-studded events that took place in that game. Great rebounding, great defensive pressure. First two quarters, if you like defensive basketball, that was a game that you should have watched. Let's cut chase right into the second game. Not before we got a soundbite. Let's run it to that soundbite.
Maybe watching. What is one thing that you can offer to their program that would get them to offer you?
Really rebounding and my defensive pressure. I play defense with no other big man in San Antonio. I can guard 2 through 5. Don't matter who it is, I'm shutting them down.
Thank you for that soundbite down there, Kyle. Great interview. Let's take it back up here to Duck Pond. So the next game, jumping right into it, was San Antonio Clark High School, my alma mater, versus Johnson. Now this game was close in the first quarter, and then after that, I think Clark's pressure from their Division I signee Jordan Mason to Texas State University, and Jacoby White, who should be on a lot of lists here. Why is the kid Jacoby White not top anything on a lot of these recruiting and scouting lists? Yes, he's athletic. We all know that, as you see with the windmill, jam, ram at the end of these clips. But you will also see that he plays stout defense. When I say a player is stout, I don't mean that because they played football and now they're playing basketball and their frame is stout. He is a stout defensive player, sound defensive player, and he can get it to the rim and score, and he can stretch the floor with a nice mid-range jump shot. If you give him the open corner 3, he'll hit that as well. He moves great off the screen with his interior leg, which means he's great at footwork. He's great at position spacing off the screen, setting the screen as the roller and the popper. After that, he dives and cuts to the basket pretty proficiently to get a lot of top-notch scores. And he also rebounds with the best of them because of his athleticism. So the reason why he's not on a lot of top scores as 2022, a senior this year, that really bugs me. So Clark, 78 points, of course, led by Jordan Mason, 19 points and 6 assists. Got Jacoby White for 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks, and of course a windmill. Clark beats Johnson 78-46. Johnson's Kendall Dow ended up with 15 points. Caden Rizzo ended up with 11. And those are those top scores from that side. And after that, let's take a brief break.
Looking for a wedding or quince? Looking at all these high-priced, high-end prices and thinking to yourself, is it worth it? All for one night? Well, you tell me. Having the right camera guy and videography guy will make all the difference in the world when it comes to your precious moment. Haggling for prices, looking for comments to get the cheapest. When you shop cheap, you get cheap, and you could also buy too expensive. But here at Duck Pond, we capture exactly what you need, and we deliver. So make your next move your best move. Duck Pond Films and Duck Pond Film Sports. Quinceañeras, weddings, birthday parties, any cinematic experience that you want to experience, we capture here at Duck Pond Films. So give us a call. You only get one shot, one wedding. Let's not have any excuses. Duck Pond Film Sports. Let's make it a memorable moment.
All right, after we're back after that brief commercial, let's get into the last two games of our recap from Duck Pond. Central Catholic versus Antonian Prep. Now, this game was at ACC Convocation Center, and it was booming. From the jump, from the tip to the end of the quarter, the game was jumping. Now, mind you, this game ended up in a 23-point ending. It was competitive and tough. There was a lot of trash talking. There was a lot of competitive play, and that's what we like at Duck Pond. We don't like this participation league, this participation era where everybody gets a participation trophy. Well, soon we'll be giving hugs instead of handshakes after games. We like physicality. We like scores. We like skilled players, and we love defense. When you lock up, we lean towards you. And this game was a lot of that. Antonian Prep came out with the pressure from the tip. And right after that, it was a quick game, 76-53. Antonian Prep won the game by 23 points. Central Catholic kept it close. They shared the ball well, but Xavier Martinez, I keep telling everybody over and over again, Xavier Martinez can lead a Division college team. And I'm not talking D3. I'm talking D2 and up. Xavier Martinez is the head of a snake, and he is a monster, and he deserves that respect. So Xavier Martinez with 24 points, 10 assists, a double-double on you, boys. Isaiah Fox, 23 points, shot 10 for 19. He's a sleeper. I believe he's a 2025. I have to double check on that, but that's what our rankings say. So we'll go with that. And guy's talented. Keep a lookout for him as well. Pretty athletic, can shoot the open three and with the hand in his face. Still has some room for growth, of course, just as any other freshman, but he's definitely showing signs of potential early. Again, 23 points on 10 of 19 shooting, another freshman that walks up there and is shooting that amount. So let's go into our next game here. Let's go into Wagner versus Judson. Now, we were at that first game when Wagner played Judson, and it was a diaper dandy. And when I say diaper dandy, I mean a diaper dandy in the great words of Dick Vitale. It was head to head from tip to the end of the game. I believe down here in Texas, they call that a barn burner. The game ended up with 56-50 in this star-studded rivalry game. LA Sneed ended up with 28 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, and 5 steals, stepping on the door of a triple-double with another 5-steal dominant defensive performance. And Ellen Mayberry, 31 points of the 50 points for Judson. Ooh, wee, man. And remember, Mayberry was on that team that went to state 2 years ago with Kara Sanderlin, I believe that was when we covered that as well at the Alamo Dome. So she has a championship pedigree. She has been to the big dance up against Deja Kelly in Duncanville, like I said 2 years ago. So there's a lot of a championship pedigree and star-studded presence in this game. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you got an Apple Watch, but my Apple Watch, and I think LA Sneed's Apple Watch was telling me, she said it's that time. She said it's that time. And I don't know about your Apple Watch, but my Apple Watch talked to me. And it told me that a 30-piece triple-double is good enough to yet again state the fact that I brought up 3 months ago that this girl may be, if not already, the #1 player in the class of 2025. And by this point now, with the records and everything she's doing, we gotta hold on to our hats, and we cannot be premature when we place onus and ownership and adulation to any player. We don't do that. But she's earned it. It's that time, and I believe she's on a greater path than Deja Kelly when she was at Johnson moving to Duncanville. I feel that LA Sneed may not only be one of the greatest basketball players to play in the San Antonio market. I believe when her career is finished, if she keeps up this pace, she's already setting records. If she keeps up this pace and grabs one state title, That's all it takes. If she grabs one state title, you may be looking at one of the greatest high school girls basketball players since Cheryl Miller. I'm not just talking points, I'm talking dominating all facets of the game like a LeBron James on the girls' side in high school basketball from the moment you entered the arena, entered school as an 8th grader to be a freshman. Since the moment you touched the pine, you dominated. Now that to me shows greatness, and with 28 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, and 5 steals, there's no more debate. After a 50-point game, there's no more debate. After leading your team to the division favorites and conference champions, and eventually to the regional finals, if she makes it to the state tournament, her first year at Wagner High School, I believe you are looking at the greatest high school basketball player on the girls' side that the city of San Antonio has ever seen, and I stick to that.